Okay, so we're back, and in this process, I'm going to show you how you will use this paper to find out how money is bleeding out of your life. And this is somewhat of an assignment that's going to be ongoing beyond this video. So I'm going to trust that moving forward, you will be following this process. Remember, as referenced in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker, you are where you are in life because of decisions you have made and nothing else. So what we need to do here is find out where the money is going so that we can make our future decisions with our finances crystal clear. Now your mission, should you choose to accept it, is for the next week at least. And to be honest with you, I would prefer that you do this for at least a month. You need to write down every single penny you spend. And listen, I'm a believer in tough love. So if this sounds like something you won't do, you just don't want to be out of debt bad enough, and you should probably stop watching my videos right now. In order to get things that you don't already have, you're going to have to start doing things that you haven't been doing. And as soon as you say that you can't, you won't. But I know that you can, and you know that you can, otherwise you wouldn't be watching my video. So let's see how it's done. Now the topics are pretty self-explanatory. Date, obviously we want to have the day that you spend the money. Description, here we have, we'll just throw coffee in here. Price, obviously, say you like Starbucks, so I don't know what they're necessarily going for right now, but we'll say $6.25. And the payment method, you go ahead and throw that on a card. Now the next day you're driving down the road and it's a hot day. I don't know why it'd be hot on February 13th, but say that it's abnormally warm and you want a big swig. So you buy yourself a soda. You spend 51 cents because they got a deal on it, and you just pay cash. Now later in the day you find a great 2-for-1 deal on, I don't know, bowling balls. And you get 2 of them for $38.75. And for the bowlers out there, I actually don't know what they cost, but let's say that's a great deal. And you pay cash. And then obviously, if you can see the date here, February 14th, guys, if you have a significant other, this better say night out at some point on your February 14th information. Say you went above and beyond, wine, dinner, flowers, limo ride, the whole nine, and you spent $500, and you're probably going to throw that on a credit card. Now, you might actually be wondering, why would we worry about the payment method? Well, if you remember in my first video, we actually talked about how your average credit card purchase is about double what it would cost you if you were paying cash. So that's why we want to make sure that we are pinpointing how we're spending that money. And this column over here, worth it, is something that you will actually want to reflect after the purchases and decide if it's something that you want. So the coffee, if you put it on a credit card, you know, that's about $12.50. And if you think about it, if you're doing this every day, even just at this price, that's $180 that you're spending that you could be using to get out of debt. Now, to me, that doesn't seem worth it. You can brew your own coffee at home. You can grab one at a mini mart for about 20% of that price. And so, to me, that would maybe be no right now. And I know a lot of people like their Starbucks. If you could actually make this sacrifice and get out of debt, you'll be able to maybe buy a Starbucks someday, and then you'll have free coffee every day. Soda, 51 cents. You pay cash, it's 51 cents. Maybe that's worth it to you. We might have to have a discussion about the health risks of drinking soda, but for this purpose, 51 cents cash, that's worth it to you. Bowling balls, $38.75 cash. Like I said, maybe you got a 2-for-1 deal. That's actually, if it's something that you enjoy, would actually be worth it. And then talking about February 14th, night out, 500 credit, yes, that's going to basically double that, because an amount of $500 typically is going to be paid out over a longer period of time on a card. So that will actually pretty close to double, if not go a little bit over, obviously depending on your rates. But here's the key here. You want to make sure that on this date and this activity, there's a little more weight to whether or not that's worth it. Obviously, if you and your significant other are trying to get out of debt, maybe you guys agree that this is a little bit extravagant. And so that's not going to be something that you want to do. Maybe you guys decide together that $1,000 over the course of paying off the credit card is not worth it. And one of the benefits that I actually got from starting applying this in my own life was really unexpected, is when I started being accountable for every penny, before I would go to buy something, I would start to think about this right away. And it took about 2 or 3 days, and I started to notice immediately where money was going out, and then I started figuring out what just simply wasn't worth it. And a lot of times we convince ourselves that we need something when in fact we only want it. So when you start to become aware of a habit, you notice rather quickly how important it actually is to you. And if we keep walking through life not really paying attention to what's going on around us, not just with finances, but in general, life will eat us up. So we've become aware of where we are going on our current path. And with this step, we are now accountable for what we are doing about it. And in the next video, I actually will give you an alternative to what you've been doing that when applied will start to make some measurable and noticeable changes in your life. And you can view this video at your convenience, but please, for your sake, don't forget to do this step. It actually makes the alternative much more efficient. And the more you keep track of your spending habits, the quicker you're going to see results with the next video. It's vital to your financial freedom to know what's going on. So at your convenience, when you are ready, I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Once again, this is Kevin Dietz with Break the Cycle, and until I see you again, make it a great day.